dumb sex and getting into the body. Getting into the body is so very important. I'm sick right now because I got into my mind. I totally got into my mind. I'm not going to tell you how that happened, but when you leave your body, you get sick. You get sick. I'm going to talk about dumb sex, but before I get to dumb sex, I want to talk about the house metaphor. I want to give you a metaphor for why it is so important to inhabit your body. So let's say you only live in your head. You are living in one room of a very large house. The unused rooms do not stay neutral. They rot. They collect junk. They become places where strange things move in. The body is the rest of the house. When you inhabit it, the lights turn on. When you abandon it, all kinds of nonsense takes up residence. So let me tell you, when you spiritually awaken, the whole world becomes you. You become the whole world. And so when we were living in Chicago, we decided to move to my hometown in Kentucky to be around my family because my in-laws were saying family is everything. And I'm like, well, I guess we better live around our family. Don't take advice from unawakened people. Don't take advice from unconscious people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. So we basically did things to please other people. We didn't know not to do that. We were in our early recovery. But anyway, so we moved to Kentucky. We found a house, or the house was found for us. And it had been an abandoned house before we moved in. The landlord purchased an abandoned house, kind of fixed it up, and then we moved in. But this house had been abandoned for a while, and it had been a place for crackheads and other homeless types of people to live. So this was a house where drugs were sold and activities took place, but we didn't know this when we moved in. So for the first few months, people would come to our front door. People would cut through our yard, and it was very strange to me. But eventually we figured out, like, oh, the house was empty for a while. People got used to this house being empty, and we inhabited the house. And here's another thing: when you spiritually awaken, you are your car, you are your house, you are everything in your house. You expand into all these different areas. So the metaphor of the house, we moved in to a house that had been previously abandoned. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? My God, this shit is so magical. It is so fucking magical. Let's go. I'm getting better at articulating it every day. So if you live in your mind, the other rooms of your house can have crackheads living in it, nasty energies, ghosts. There's dust. The wallpaper peels off. So when you inhabit the body, you want to go to all the rooms of the house and spend some time there. For men, this means spending some time using your hands, walking, kraut bending your knee, getting into the body. For men, it also means getting into your dick and your balls, maybe even your butthole. Inhabit your body. I'm not saying you have to stick things up your ass, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's the mangina. Okay, so, but these negative energies are not mystical invaders. They are unused life force, tension, sexual charge, grief, rage, joy, hunger, fatigue. When they are not metabolized through the body, they turn into anxiety, compulsive thinking, spiritual delusion, and emotional stagnation. So see, the body knows how to process energy. The mind does not. The mind hoards. The body circulates. The body circulates. So exercise is good. Napping and rest is good. Eroticism is good. Let me talk about eroticism. It's not porn consumption. It is presence with sensation. Eroticism returns attention to the skin, breath, pressure, warmth, and desire. It pulls energy downward out of fantasy and back into flesh. Many men try to be spiritual by transcending desire, and all they accomplish is neurosis. So anybody can just do like a brief look at Buddhism or any other spiritual practice and get on Mount Stupid about it and think, oh, desire causes suffering. Well, I'm just not going to desire things anymore. They are problem solved. I'm following a guy on X right now who he doesn't want to be horny anymore. And he's talking about how if he could just have his horniness removed, he would be okay. And all these people are just giving him bad advice. Like, get into a monogamous relationship. Like, do semen retention and all that. And I'm like, just integrate the shit. Of course, my messages get ignored. Just integrate it. Restore your masculinity. Embrace your eroticism. You'll never be horny again. That edgy, compulsive horniness, you'll never be horny again. I mean, hey, let's have sex. Let's beat off. Let's do this. Like, it's just a part of you. It's just a part of you. One time I was in a steam room in a gym. This was probably about 2010. And I was in a steam room. It was kind of late at night. I was trying to get a workout in. And there was a guy that I had seen on the apps. And he came into the steam room. So we both knew each other was gay. And we started talking to each other. And then I noticed he started getting an erection. And I started getting an erection. And you know what? We just cranked one out real quick. And it was nice. And it was fun. And then we went on with the rest of our day. That's the dumb sex that I'm talking about. The dumbness. It just came up. There wasn't any intellectualism about it. There wasn't any, because we were pretty much the only people in the locker room at that time at night. And it was extremely sexy and hot. And I think about that experience often as an example of when the mind just dropped and the body took over. It was fucking nice. And I've had many experiences like that in my lifetime where you're not thinking about it at all. And so, we move from eroticism into like eroticism is you just feel sexual and sexy but it's not even really about sex. It's like, hello, what's up? Like I met some girls this weekend and they were very erotic, and I met some guys that were erotic, and it was like, it is an energy. It's an attractive, healing energy, and it helps you inhabit the whole body. Inhabiting the body is what it's all about. So dumb sex is about deliberately dropping intelligence and returning to sensation. Most men bring their mind into sex and turn it into performance, narrative, fantasy, or self-evaluation. Even solo sex lives in imagery and comparison instead of flesh. Dumb sex is the opposite. It is choosing breath, pressure, movement, sound, and rhythm over interpretation. Nothing is being proven. Nothing is being expressed. The body is allowed to lead without commentary. I've had dumb sex with women and with men. Mostly the dumb sex that I've had has been mostly mutual masturbation or blowjobs or stuff like that. Like anal sex requires some intention to it. So the word dumb matters because it means pre-verbal. And I want to talk about this. Like, I might have been partying all night and I'm not staying at a friend's house, and there's a bunch of other people staying, and there's no room in the bed. So you got to sleep on a mattress on the floor with other people, and you're in this pile up. And then when the sun rises, you all start having sex. That's dumb sex. It's like, it's just happening to you. It's just happening. Before identity, before roles, before masculinity or spirituality, before skill, it is animal intelligence. This is why it is so regulating. Mental parasites such as shame, anxiety, ego, and trauma loops require memory, anticipation, and story to survive. When attention stays anchored in sensation, those systems lose power. At first, this can feel boring or awkward because the drama is gone. What replaces it is presence. Now, there was a time in my life when I thought drama and conflict was normal because that's all I ever experienced with my family and my friend group of alcoholics and addicts. I thought the drama was normal. And so in the absence of that drama, I would unconsciously create it. But when I moved here to my hometown and I got around my family in a sober way, I was able to see that they were causing their own suffering and causing suffering in my life. I could see them scheming to withhold information, to withhold affection, to withhold support, financial support, emotional support. Like, what's the point of being in a family if they are not going to support you and in fact sabotage you? I saw it clearly with sober eyes. I saw that shit clearly. And my husband saw it in my family clearly. I could not see it in his family clearly until some other things happened. But if you come from a dysfunctional family, you will think that drama and conflict and that all of that is normal, and it's not. It's insane. It's crazy. And life is really like this. Like, if you're standing in a room and there's a can of something on a high shelf and the thing falls off, you just reach out and grab it. And you don't even think about it. Like, I know many people are like this. You just automatically grab something. You don't think about it. That's what life is like. But if you're overthinking, like, God, I hope that thing doesn't fall off that shelf. I really hope that thing doesn't fall off that shelf. Whoo, man, when that thing falls, whoo, Lord. Almost everybody lives their life looking at the thing, hoping it doesn't fall. But and if you can get this today, this is incredible. And just know that when the thing falls, it'll either break or you'll grab it. But so many people look at the thing, waiting for it to fall, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I know this because I used to do that. So, we were going on this trip this weekend, and my husband got really quiet as we were packing. He just got really quiet. And I said, what's going on with you? And he goes, man, we've only ever traveled to see family. And I said, well, that's true, but what does that have to do with today? What does that have to do with today? Because, for the first probably 6 years of our marriage, every vacation we took was to see his family. Every trip, we didn't even get to go on a honeymoon. We were totally into making sure his family was okay. Now we're into making sure that we're okay. We're inhabiting our bodies. They don't like that very much. They don't like it because we used to do a lot of things for them. And we just kind of had to say no. We're tired of betraying ourselves. So dumb sex can be alone or shared. So let me give that analogy of my husband. Feeling some type of way over going on a trip. And I encourage him. I'm like, what does today? We're going to a sober convention. We're packing to go to a sober convention, to stay in a hotel that we are paying for, that your family is not involved in this shit at all. What does that have to do with today? And it was really difficult for him to pull out of that because he was used to the drama and the conflict and all the pain and the suffering that was involved in going to visit your family. But if eventually you just don't want to put yourself through that much pain. You're like, I want to have some fun. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of boner killing bitches. I just want to have some fun. And so the dumb sex comes in. I should have sucked his dick right then and there. That would have cleared that shit up. Thank you. I'm going to start following my own advice in this regard. So alone, it means reducing fantasy and directing attention back to the breath and physical sensation. Letting the body surprise you instead of controlling it. With another person, it means listening instead of performing, staying with sensation instead of outcome, and allowing awkwardness without trying to fix it. It becomes nervous system cooperation rather than mutual entertainment. Have you ever been with somebody and they start apologizing during sex? And sometimes you just want to tell people to shut the fuck up. And I've been with guys who are like, is my dick big enough? And I'm like, big. I mean, what is that? What is how am I supposed to answer that shit? And so dumb sex, and you find this a lot in fetish communities, like getting dumb about it. In one of our music videos, there's duct tape on my mouth. And that's emblematic of getting dumb. Our whole album, Mask, is about getting dumb and getting into the body with songs like Bro Job and Bait and Touch. It's all about getting dumb about it. And the less talk, the better in dumb sex. Just get dumb. And you know what? The times that I have had sex with women and with men in a dumb way has usually been through drugs and alcohol. And so my husband and I are on this mode where we're learning to be erotic and sexual in sobriety. And it's actually not that hard to do. It's really not. Because it means getting stupid about it and not having any hangups. It means just being in your body and being in your own skin, being naked around other people. And so we were on a trip with a new friend of ours, and we were naked in the hotel room. And at first he was like, wow, okay. And then we get over it. Men are afraid to be naked with each other because usually for gay men, nudity usually leads to sex. And so I'm really big on nudity does not have to be sex. You could be naked with another man. You do not have to be afraid of other men. You do not have to be worried about what your dick looks like or your abs look like or anything. Just take your fucking clothes off. No one cares. But this is not about hedonism. Okay. So this does not mean that dumb sex means that you hook up with people. In fact, dumb sex and hooking up may not even be compatible. Because when you hook up with somebody, it is in the mind. When you go on an app, you already have a mental image of what this person is going to be about. And that person usually almost always fails to live up to your expectations. Every now and then you get surprised, or I used to get surprised by guys. I'm like, you look way better in person than you do on your pictures. But hooking up is all about looks. When you hook up with somebody on an app, it's you're mentally, it's in the mind. And I've been in situations where I just have sex with my friends, or I have sex with people that I meet on the street, or you hook it. Like that's the way it used to be. You'd meet them in a bar or something like that. And you can get really dumb with sex in that regard. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but it's not about hedonism. It's about embodiment training. Dumb sex occupies the body in a way that clears excess energy from the head and redistributes it through the torso, hips, legs, and breath. So alongside exercise, rest, movement, and touch, it is one of the simplest ways to reclaim the whole house. It says, I live here, even when I am not impressive, articulate, or in control. You don't have to be impressive for dumb sex. And, there's experiences that you can have. You can go to circle jerks. Most big cities host all male circle jerks, and you can go there and it's just dudes doing this stuff. It's such a little of a big deal. And if you make it this huge fucking big deal, people put an overemphasis on this shit. They put an emphasis on this. And so, of course, in regards to just dumb sex, stop thinking about it and use it as a spiritual practice. If you could stop thinking about it and just allowing it to arise when it is necessary. The erotic is in me in whatever I'm doing now, whether it's dancing, or, I'm getting into yoga now. Yoga is a very erotic thing, but it's not about being sexual. It's about eroticism inhabiting the body. And in fact, eroticism doesn't even have to be sexual at all. I love erotica and eroticism so much because men are beautiful. The human body is beautiful. It's just beautiful. Why would I not want to experience that while I'm incarnated here? And furthermore, why did I let other people try to dictate what I did with my own body and mind? It's crazy, isn't it? So in addition to yoga and stretching as ways to get into the body, there's massage and touch. Touch tells the body that it is not alone. Many men are starved for safe, non-transactional touch. Massage returns sensation to areas that have gone numb. Numbness is not calm. It is disconnection. A touched body does not need to seek validation through performance or domination. Now, I'm married. I get touched all the time. My husband can't keep his hands off of me. I can't keep my hands off my husband. But for single men, and especially straight men, modern women are very difficult to deal with. And you modern women out there, you know what I'm talking about. Modern women are in competition with other men. And that's crazy and weird because men and women are supposed to work together for a common goal. But somebody somewhere along the way said men and women were in competition with each other. And that is fucked up. And it is not working out for anybody. Not for families, not for children, not for governments, not for anybody. It's just not working out. So men used to hang out with each other. Men used to go to lounges. They used to go to bars. There used to be men's only spaces, and men would touch each other in a non-sexual way. My God, get your mind out of the gutter all the time. But with the rise of feminism, all these male affection behaviors were labeled gay. And so men don't touch each other because they don't want to appear gay. But it used to be like not a big deal. I'm going to tell you, feminism only benefited one group of people because, and it's not women and it's not straight men. Feminism benefited one group of people. And they would shudder to this is how everything backfires. Okay. Because, feminists tried to use gay men to get what they wanted. And when a certain segment of gay men woke up to this fact that they were being used as political pawns by women, y'all were supposed to be our allies. Y'all were supposed to be our allies, but man, we were wrong about that. So women, let me say this correctly. So now that modern women have become so very fucking difficult to deal with, straight men are turning to gay men for affection. Straight men are like, you know what? Gay men appreciate me. A gay man will appreciate me. A gay man won't complain to me or manipulate me or lie to me. A gay man will treat me better than a modern woman. And because of this, gay men benefited the most from feminism. And if y'all think, and y'all don't be delusional, but there's a lot of straight men right now having sex with men and talking about it on X. It's kind of a thing now. So congratulations, feminists. Thank you. Thank you, because gay men are drowning in love and affection. And woo, y'all may not like hearing that. And if you're a modern woman that's difficult to deal with, stop it. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. I know your husband is not going to tell you to grow the fuck up, but I will as your gay best friend. That's why you need a gay best friend, to tell you things that you don't want to hear. Don't wear that. Don't call him back. That's why you need a gay best friend. Okay, so here is the core message. Dumb sex is sex without a story. You do not think your way into embodiment. I've said that before. You inhabit it through use. When the body is lived in, there is no room for parasites. When the body is abandoned, everything moves in. Anxiety, obsession, false spirituality, resentment, shame. The solution is not more insight. Forget everything you think you know. Some people might want to go to spiritual practices. They might want to get intellectual about it. Don't do that. The solution is occupancy. Live in the whole house. Live in the whole house. Live in your feet. Live in your head, arms. You can live in your head if you want to. But every spiritual master that I've ever heard from, every person with long-term good recovery, they'll tell you, get out of your head. I go to recovery meetings where people say, I was in my head, so I had to come to a meeting. I was in my head. Develop the skill to get out of your head. A thinking man is a dangerous man. A man who thinks is dangerous. And I'm going to get into more of that in the next video. That's all I got for you today. So have some dumb sex today with yourself or with another person. Just quit fucking thinking about it. Bye.